Yes. This idea of impersonating the parties to court hearings. Yes. Why don't you give me every paid for service of process, right? To any and all individuals that have been named as parties of any court hearing, yes, for the last 20 years. I want the warrants for arrest, yes. I want to know the day of the court hearings where they were scheduled, yes. They were docketed to be parties of any court hearings and whether or not they appeared. And then every time that you got paid, Sheriff, to serve somebody when you did know they were fraudulently using the court system. And then I want the actual identity. Could you get me the video and the audio? Yes, of the actual individuals that appeared as Heidi Lee Budnick that were not the real identity of my wife. Yes. Now, I would think that every courthouse has to have surveillance camera footage. Yes, they do. And this motioning of the default dissolution of marriage, yes. If it was not the actual woman known as Heidi Lee Budnick, yes, I'm going to sue that court, that sheriff's department, and this police department for allowing imposters to write forgeries and act as if they are the actual parties of any lawsuits. Now, this triple damages known as the fraud of impersonating petitioners. Yes, yes, yes. It's going to be a lot bigger than you just thought. Oh, it's not that you didn't serve her when you did know she was in the courthouse. There's a possibility that you didn't serve her because you did know that it wasn't her in the courthouse. It was an imposter, yes, that used a forgery to sign the motion for default dissolution of marriage, yes, known as Mrs. Heidi Lee Hodges. Yeah, yeah. And then it's the fraud of the sheriff's department for not arresting those that are imposters of the actual parties to lawsuits. Now, I'm going to want to know every scheduled court hearing and every time that Hardy Lee Budnick was in that fucking courthouse. Because anytime that I find out that it wasn't the actual wife that I had married, yes, I'm going to sue you not just for the forgery, yes, the imposter, the fraudulent use of the court system, being complicit in the fraud, Sheriff. Yes, I'm going to sue you for allowing for any individual to represent that they are an actual party. Now, this could be one of those major, multi billion dollar days. But when you think of the triple damages of any person being a look-alike, yes, or employed, yes, to represent being the party of an actual court hearing where they are not the actual person, the party, yeah, it could be one of these three times the amount of the billions of fucking dollars right now. Now, I told you that I thought 95% of the signatures were forgeries, Sheriff. Yes. Well, who do you think signed that? Oh, imposters. Individual.